Chaotic setup today, but I will be making zucchini cupcakes. Well, it's zucchini bread, but I'm gonna do it in cupcake pans. So I am halving the recipe. I got this recipe from my friend Linda, and what you need is, I am going to be using a food processor because it will shred my zucchini easily, but if you don't have a food processor, you could use a cheese grater. Just use the regular setting. So, not many ingredients. You just need zucchini, an egg, some salt, some vanilla, baking soda, baking powder. I am halving the recipe, so it's 1.5 eggs. So I'm just gonna do a spoonful of applesauce. You can always substitute an egg for applesauce. And then you just need flour, sugar, oil. I'm using vegetable oil, and I'm gonna put in some nuts. And I have some spray for the cupcake pans. Then I'm just really gonna cut off the edges of the zucchini, put it in the food processor, and mix everything together. So you need some measuring spoons, some measuring devices, a bowl, a spoon. All I'm going to do is cut the ends off this zook. Okay. I think most food processors have a shredding function, a certain blade. This is the blade. So I'm just gonna put that on. So it doesn't fit, so I guess I gotta cut it in half or just shave it. So let's try this. I'm just gonna do low. That works like a dream. Wow, so easy. So the recipe calls for 1.5 cups. I don't know how much this is. Looks like there's a little guy. I'm gonna shred it all. Well, actually, let me see if I have 1.5 cups. You know what, this is, yeah, okay, this is 1.5 cups. So, I guess you only need 1 zucchini. First step is to beat eggs, sugar, vanilla, and oil. So we need 1.5 eggs. So I'm gonna break 1 egg. Oops, made a mess. 1 spoonful of applesauce. I don't really measure, I just picture half an egg. This is probably about good. I'll do a little extra. Applesauce just makes it, I think it really makes it a little moist. So I did like 3 good spoons. We need 1 cup of sugar. And like I said in a previous recipe, sugar is a wet ingredient. Oh shoot, I just got sugar everywhere. 1 cup of sugar, 1.5 teaspoons of vanilla. So here's a half teaspoon. Made a mess like usual. So many baking bottles that don't make sense. You make a vanilla bottle, it's so expensive and it won't even pour. Don't get me started. Okay, and then a half cup of oil. Oh, and here's something else. I hold this with my right hand, but the half cup measurement is over here, so I can't ever see, so I have to like look through the top. What you gonna do? All of the oil. And now stir this. If you have a hand mixer, I think the instructions call for that, but I do not have a hand mixer. This already smells so good. So because we are getting close to the end, I am going to preheat the oven to 350. Now we want to stir in the 1.5 cups of zucchini, shredded zook, and the rest of the ingredients. So that would be 1.5 cups of flour, This is looking so good. So, my mother told me this is called leveling. So take the knife, you level it. So this is 1 cup, and then we'll take our 1/2 cup measure. 1½ cups. So we need a 1/2 teaspoon of salt. The most efficient way would be to use the other salt, the bigger salt, but you know, this ensures that you don't put in too much because, oh no. Of course I have clean clothes on, now I'm spilling, it's all messy. And then a 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Okay, because now my 1/2 teaspoon's dirty, I'm gonna use my 1/4 teaspoon. And an 1/8 teaspoon of baking powder. And did I get all the ingredients is the question. I think I did. Squash is one of the most versatile vegetables in the whole world. I think squash might be my favorite. Zucchinis, you can make them into a cake. You can make it into a delicious veggie side dish. You can make it into bread. Pumpkin, don't even get me started on pumpkin. Pumpkin muffins, pumpkin coffee. That's a squash. Squashes are magical. They're like naturally sweet and so versatile. Okay, we're pretty much mixed. I'm gonna add in some walnuts. I think these are crushed, but I'm just gonna crush them a little bit more in the bag. Do you want walnuts in here, Austin? Austin, do you want walnuts in these?
No, you're like screaming at the top of your lungs.
You don't?
No.
Okay, I decided against the walnuts. I might put a few walnuts in the end. Let's spray the pan. So I don't have time for little cupcake, what are they called? I don't know what they're called. The little just like cupcake containers. Don't see the point of them. They look nice, but other than that, your bread or your cupcake isn't sticking anyway. Why have an extra paper, an extra layer of something you have to rip off that you can't eat? So I'm gonna spoon it in. Looks like it's gonna be 2 spoonfuls each. This is when it is good to have patience, because if you want your cupcakes even, you have to take your time. Perfect. And I'm just gonna wipe the edges so that they don't burn. And guys, I don't know, some people are grossed out about possibly eating raw eggs, but nothing's ever happened to me. I've been eating batter my whole life. So I'm gonna pop these in. The bread recipe says put it in for an hour, but I think probably 40 minutes will be fine. I am going to pop these babies in. 40 minutes. Hot. See you back very soon. I was way off with the timing. They only needed to bake for 25 minutes. I could tell because the edges of the muffins were getting brown. I actually have some leftover frosting, Betty Crocker rainbow chips, so I'm gonna dig in. And as you guys know, you just stick a toothpick, and when it comes out clean, that's how you know it's ready. So always pull them out a little early because it is still hot in the pan, and the pan will bake it a little more. I'm gonna cut it open because I want to see. Oh my gosh, it looks so moist, so amazing. Before I put frosting on it, I'm gonna try it first because I'm sure it's good and it doesn't need the frosting. And I forget, did I shout out Linda? Shout out to Linda for indirectly sending over the recipe. See, that I put my little pig on for 30 minutes. That was the pig. Oh my gosh. These are so moist. These taste so good. Yeah, 25 minutes was perfect. So definitely don't cook them longer than 25. You have to try these. There was nothing hard about this recipe. I think if you don't have a food processor and you can't shred the zucchini, that would be the hardest part. Second hardest part is just putting the dough into the cupcake tray. That's my least favorite part. Oh shoot, I forgot to turn off the oven. Other than that, this recipe is so easy. So really do yourself a favor if you got a party or if you just want to try it. Alright, I'm going to try it with a little frosting, little dessert. It's just as good as any cupcake. Anyway guys, this is a must-try recipe. And really, if you don't want to use cupcake trays, use a bread pan and you can slice yourself pieces, toast it up, put it with butter, eat it plain. You really don't need anything with it. So thank you for watching. Check out my website. I'll put the recipe up there. It is www.allupinyourmelon.com. But if you guys know, you never have to type in www. It will just pop up. And that's about it. Thank you for watching. Thank you. Enjoy. Tell your friends.